everyone, and welcome to our restorative practice today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nicola and I'm Head of Education here at ESPA. So before we get started today, you're just going to need a few things. If you've got a bolster, make sure you have that to hand. If you don't have a bolster at home, maybe just a few cushions, 2 or 3 would be great. Your yoga mat. And also you may want to put a few extra layers on. The body can cool down during our restorative yoga practice, so make sure you're nice and cozy. And if you are someone that does feel the cool a little bit more easy, you may want to have a blanket to hand just to drape over the body in certain postures. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin our practice today in Shavasana. So taking the bolster underneath the knees and just allowing your body to come down to the mat, palms facing up to the sky, closing the eyes down. And the really amazing thing about our restorative practice is that you don't necessarily always have to be looking at what I'm doing in the camera. So I'd like you today to be really guided by my voice as we're moving through the different postures. So lying here in our Shavasana, I would like to just begin to connect with the breath. And just taking a moment to begin to deepen that breath. Inhale, feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, pull the belly towards the spine. Inhale, expand. Exhale, belly towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale. As you're inhaling and exhaling, trying to close off the mouth and just breathe in and out through the nose. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, belly expands. 2, rib cage expands. 1, chest lift. Exhale for 3, chest falls. 2, rib cage draws in. 1, belly towards the spine. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Chest lifts. Hold that breath at the top. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Inhale, this time for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest lifts. Exhale for 4, 3. Chest falls. 2. Rib cage draws in. 1. Belly towards the spine. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain the breath and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back now to an organic, natural breath for you. Just allowing the breath to float in and float out of the body through the nose. And shifting our awareness from the breath to the physical body. Just taking a moment to check in with your body. How is it feeling today on that mat? And I'd like you to take that breath and take that breath in all the way from the crown of your head. And really bring your attention to that breath traveling through the body. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly falls. We're going to travel around different parts of the body now, and as I guide you through those different parts of the body, I'd like you to think, can you relax them just a little bit more? Can you get just a little bit more comfortable on your mat? So moving our attention to the forehead, to your eyebrow center, your third eye. Can you soften? Notice how your face feels, your eyes, your cheeks, temples and ears. Try to soften your jaw and your tongue. Maybe separating your teeth slightly, allowing the tongue to relax in the mouth. As you inhale, start to bring your awareness to the back of the head and the neck. Creating a little bit more space in your spine, a little bit more space in the back of that neck, maybe just by tilting that chin slightly. Allowing the shoulders to come down and away from the ears and soften back into the mat. Soften the fingers, the palms of the hands. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly towards the spine. Allow your mid and lower back to melt and soften into the ground. Soften the thighs, the knees, the calves. Allow your whole legs to soften all the way to the soles of your feet. Become aware of all the parts of your body that are in contact with this mat. And soften them just a little bit more. Start to become aware of the sensations around you. Tune into your body and the space. And stay with these sensations as we move through our practice today. And when you're ready, trying to remain with the eyes closed, we're going to come all the way from our Shavasana to just bringing our bolster out to our left side, straightening our left leg onto the mat, bending the right knee, just giving it a nice hug in towards the chest before taking it all the way over to your left side and allowing it to drape all the way over onto that bolster. You can cactus the arms either side, or if you've got room, maybe outstretch the arms wide and take the gaze to the other side, so your right side, if it feels comfortable on your neck, and just allow yourself to really enjoy this gentle spinal twist here. Allow the leg to completely melt onto the bolster. And with your breath, take that breath all the way to that right side body as you enjoy that beautiful, gentle spinal twist. When you're ready, slowly coming all the way back to center and just hugging the knees in towards the chest and giving yourself a nice big hug. It may feel nice to just roll over the lower back here from side to side. Or it may feel better just to pause here in stillness. Whatever feels better for your body. Remember, this is your practice. And taking the bolster all the way to the other side now. When you're ready, outstretching the right leg, bending the left leg in, bringing it into the chest for a nice squeeze first, before you take it all the way over to the right side and allow that left leg to drape over the bolster and expand the arms into cactus. Take your gaze over to the left, but only if it feels good on the neck. And breathe here. If ever you feel the mind start to wander during this practice, then just come back to the breath. Maybe thoughts pop up into the mind, and that's okay. But just acknowledge them, but let them pass on by. Don't hold on to them. I like to see them like little clouds floating on by. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. When you're ready, slowly bringing the head back to center, bringing the knee off that bolster, and again, bringing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe some movement, maybe a moment of stillness. And bringing the feet all the way down onto the mat. We're going to come into our supported bridge pose now, using your bolster or your cushions. So you want to bring the bolster under, lift the hips so that you can slide that bolster underneath the hip area. And just play around until you feel you have the cushions or the bolster in the right place. And the arms, you may feel you want to have on the belly, or hands on the bolster. Or you may want to have them coming out to the side, palms facing up to the sky. And we just want to breathe here. Such a beautiful opening posture for the whole front side of the body. Now you may want to stay here, or you may today want a little bit more. You may want to extend the feet all the way out so the legs are long. And this may feel good for you just to stop here. Or if you'd like to, you can actually extend the arms overhead. Whatever feels comfortable for your body and your practice today. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. whatever stage of the posture you're in, just allow yourself to completely melt into the mat. With every breath, just allow yourself to soften. And if you find any areas that are particularly tense, then send your breath there. Beautiful hip opening posture, but also feel it opening the heart, the shoulders. Really think about keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears. And when you're ready, begin to slowly raise the hips up to allow you to slide the cushions or your bolster out from underneath, and we're just going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way to the mat. And then just windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. Beautiful. We're going to come up to a seated position now, so you may want to turn onto your side to roll up to seated, or you can roll through the spine just to come up to a seated position. You're going to take your bolsters or your cushions to the front of the mat. We're going to come into a supported Sphinx pose. So coming onto the knees, bring the hands over in front of the bolster or the cushions, and allow yourself to come into a plank pose, either knees down or knees up, just to allow you to rest the top half of your body, of the torso, onto the bolster, and allow the forearms to come down onto the mat into your Sphinx pose. Beautiful, gentle back bend. Now you can stay here and it feels comfortable, just really sending that breath into the spine. You may want to grab a few extra cushions and use them to support the forehead. If it feels better to have the neck down, you can use them to rest here. If you don't need them, then just stay exactly where you are. Really think about when you're in Sphinx pose to allow the body to be completely supported by the bolster beneath you and the mat. So release any tension, anything you may be holding onto in the legs, in the glutes. Just allow it to completely relax. I always like to, in this pose, really think about rooting my hands to the earth. So really think about spreading the fingers wide and making that connection to the earth, the palms of the hands. And as you inhale the breath through the crown. And take that breath and see the breath traveling all the way down the spine and all the way out through the toes of the feet. When you're ready, bringing the palms back underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes under to allow you just to come back up to tabletop. Now from here, we're going to just bring our bolster towards the front of the mat, just making a little bit of room. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes and lift the hips high to the sky, coming into your downward facing dog. May feel good just to pedal through the knees ever so slightly. When you're ready, inhale the left leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to bring that leg all the way through, right knee towards right wrist. Coming into and setting up for our supported pigeon. So making sure that you have your bolster in front of you or your cushions. And you can have as many as high as you want to support you, depending on how your body is feeling today. Just take a glance back and make sure that your hip, your knee, your ankle, all in one line, coming straight out from the hip. And then let's inhale, come up tall to begin with, expand the heart, open the chest. And as we exhale, we're just going to allow ourselves to fold over the bolster or your cushions. And you can have the head to one side, coming onto one ear or the other, or maybe forehead straight down onto the bolster, whatever feels more comfortable. The really important thing with this pose with pigeon is to make sure that you're not tilting one way or the other. So make sure you have really even weight between both hips. And if you have quite a large gap between your right hip, right glute and the mat, you may want to bring a bolster if you have it, a cushion, a block, anything under, just to take the weight of the right hip and support it there. Just allow your body to melt into the mat. And hip opening postures in yoga are all about releasing emotions that we might be holding on to. So sometimes these postures can feel really intense and they can feel quite overwhelming. So it's really important just to breathe through it. Try, let the emotion go, let the sensations go, and just come back to the breath. Don't try to fight the sensations. Don't try to hold the breath. Really direct that breath to where it's needed. And when you're ready, bringing the hands back underneath the shoulder, tuck the back toe, and you're going to bring yourself all the way back into your downward facing dog. Just take a moment, maybe swaying through the hips, bending into the knees. I'm going to inhale, left leg high to the sky, and transition onto the other side. Extending the right leg all the way back, taking that glance back, making sure the hip, the knee, the ankle are all in line. Adjusting your bolsters or your cushions. And they can really be as high as you need them. So if you need to raise your bolsters up or have more cushions to give more support, then do. And remember that no side is the same. So as we inhale, expand, exhale, allow yourself to melt. And if you had the head facing one way on the other side, maybe use the other ear to rest on. So we're getting a nice balance between the right and the left side. Just checking in with the body on this side. How's it feeling compared to the other side? Remember to really take in that breath, in how the belly expands, and take that breath to where it's needed. Direct it into that hip area. Feel yourself anchoring down from both hips evenly. And when you're ready, slowly bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself back up, and just allow yourself to roll onto that left hip and bring the right leg all the way round. So you're coming into a seated position. We're now going to come into our final resting pose today of our Shavasana. So again, taking the bolster underneath the knees or the cushions. This might be where you want to drape your blanket over you. Just get really, really cozy, really comfortable, and take any necessary adjustments that you need to get as comfortable as you can. So coming back onto the mat and just taking a moment to adjust yourself, to put those blankets on, to take any pillows. Sometimes it's quite nice to have something a little bit extra underneath the head to support the neck. Just allow the body to settle into Shavasana. One of the most important postures we can ever do in yoga. Allowing the body to completely relax, allowing the energies to completely settle. Palms facing up to the sky. And I would encourage you to stay in your Shavasana as long as possible. The one really great thing about practicing at home is we don't need to get up and rush home from a studio. So I'm actually not going to bring you out of Shavasana today. I'm going to leave you sitting exactly where you are. And when you do feel that it's the right time for you to finish your practice, just make sure that you come out of Shavasana slowly by wakening up the body with the hands and the feet first, taking your time to roll over onto your side before eventually coming up to finish your practice. But please only do this when it feels right for you. So Thank you so much for joining me for your restorative practice. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day and hope to see you all really soon. Namaste.